GLUU. This one ran quite a bit on news that there was a Taylor Swift game soon to come out back on the 4th, and it's been going up ever since. And the news has died out, and this has a history of, if we go back and look at the 6-month chart, or even back further, it has a history of running and then falling off. And then it just runs, kind of falls off. Same thing here. So I'm going to short this one at some point today. Just keep it on watch. What I'd like to see is this right here hold for a little bit, maybe put in a new high. As long as it's lower than the high of the day, that's where I'm going to go short. So I'm just going to watch this one for a little bit longer. All right, so to me this looks like a good place to go short, so I am going to try to get filled at 286. And I'm going to do a limit order on this. All right, I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to try to get filled at 285. All right, just waiting. Still waiting. Alright, I'm going to pause the video for just a moment here while I wait. Okay, still waiting to get filled. It's up to 286 right now. So I might need to change this. Alright, I canceled that order to buy it at 285. And just looking at the level 2, there's a huge imbalance. They're really trying to bring it up to 287 right now. So kind of glad I didn't get filled right there. So I'm going to pause the video for just another couple minutes. Okay, I have an order into short at 289. And it's moving pretty slow. And I think what people are looking at here is that it came up and made a new high, but just kind of thinking that the buzz is over, even though they say that Taylor Swift added 75 million to the market cap. I just don't know if this thing's going to keep running or not. Okay, there we go. All right, I just got filled short at 289. All right, so I'm going to pause the video here and just watch this one for a little bit. So just watching the level 2 on this, there was a big ask at 290, and just looking at the volume, it doesn't look like that person got filled. Normally when there's an imbalance like that, the price will just, if there's a big ask, the price will start going up, and that didn't happen, so that might be a sign of weakness. So just going to pause the video again and watch this one play out. Okay, the price is dropping a little bit here, and so my stop out on this is 295, because my thinking is that if it can get up to 295, there's a good chance that there's that $3 magnet and it'll just shoot right to $3. But a lot of times stocks will get up to like the 90 area, and then just pull back. And you know, a lot of people are thinking that it's going to go through the whole number, and it just kind of fades off. So not 100% confident that this one's going to go down today, but just really keeping an eye on the level 2. And if I see any kind of accelerated volume as it tries to creep back up to the 295 area, I'm just going to bail. But I'm trying to take profits, you know, anything around the 290 or 279 area. This thing's up pretty big from last night. So, and again, if we go back and look at the 1 month chart, I mean, it's up pretty big. I mean, it's up about 40% over where it was, and that's just on news. So I don't even know if they've even begun work on the game or anything. So we'll see. And one thing about the chart that's really glaring obvious is that this stock is in an uptrend. It has been since the 4th. So I generally don't like to go in whenever, you know, short on a stock that's in an uptrend. But this one just kind of, you know, it's hanging out around that VWAP and that 9 EMA. So it's kind of one of those things where it could go at any moment. So, or it could go at any day and just start dropping. Alright, so a few minutes have passed and the price is back up to where I entered at 289. So just keeping an eye on the level 2, and if this could break the high day, it could keep going. So I've got my finger on the sell button or the cover button if it does. Alright, we got about 50,000 shares on the ask at 290, and that should help to propel this up. Yeah, and I'm looking at the time and sales, and we're starting to see some prints of 290, so it might be about time for me to bail on this one. And just you know, in hindsight, just looking back, it's in an uptrend, and I was just trying to buck the trend and see if I could get filled and ride this one down for a little bit, because in my opinion it's way up on just news. But we'll see. I'm going to pause the video here. So the stock just got up to 291 briefly and then came back down. Again, I'm going to bail at 295 if it gets up there, because I have a feeling it'll just keep going and hit 3 no problem. But just going to keep watching this one. So I'm going to try not to make this video really long, so I'm just going to come in every now and then. And it looks like this right here acted as support earlier, so if it can get below this 281, I might consider adding to my position. And again, if it gets up to 295, I'm going to bail. So I'm going to pause this. It might be a while before I come back. And just so you know, I'm in Central Standard Time, so it's really 10:40 Eastern Time. Still watching level 2s here, and we got people stacking up over on the ask. It's back up to that 290 level, and it's been holding. I just noticed that a couple of gurus are now mentioning this stock on Twitter, and that normally brings in the sheep, and they're looking at 290. Really nothing going on today. They're probably thinking $3, so we might see the volume increase here in the next, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. If not, that's a good thing. If the volume doesn't increase, that means that it should start going down. So we're at a, in my opinion, I think we're at a pivotal moment here. It's still above the VWAP, which means it's in a bullish trend. It's actually still going up, so it's in a bullish trend, but it just keeps bouncing off of that 290. It's acting as resistance, so that's what's keeping me in the trade. So I'm going to pause it again here. Alright, so this one's getting really close to my stop, which is 295, and I'm just going to go ahead and get out now. Let me see if I can. All right, I've got an order to cover at 294. Just watching level 2 here. All right, I'm going to pause the video for just a minute because now we're down about 2 cents from that. So I might cancel this. All right, so the 294s are starting to stack up, but we still don't have a lot of volume. The time in sales is just stuck. And just looking back at the chart here, I mean, it's definitely in an uptrend. And the news, the news is good. They haven't actually released the game or anything like that, but it's just talk. But that's exactly what they wanted to do, just talk up the stock to get it up. All right, still holding firm at that 294, but trying to get covered, and I can't, so just hanging out right here. All right, so that's it for me. I just got filled at 294, so done with this trade. Lost about 5 cents on it on a starter position, so not that big of a deal, about 25 bucks. So that's it for this trade. Thanks for watching.